This is our third session. And in our first two sessions, we explored the issues you came to me with, and that is that you, Angela, are the managing director of a large law firm in New Orleans. And you, Kenneth, are a stay-at-home husband who takes care of the two children and performs most of the domestic tasks. When you came to me, the problem you presented, and that we talked through to some extent, was that Angela comes home most nights tired and exhausted emotionally and physically. For the most part, Angela, all you really want to do is take a hot bath, eat some dinner, read a little, and go to bed. And that's been going on now for some time. Okay, you told me for the better part of 2 years. And over time, it's got to the point where Kenneth feels as though he's losing touch with you. And you, for your part, Angela, feel as though Kenneth is being unreasonable and demanding more from you than you can give. We've talked through the what we call the demon dialogue, that circular argument that you folks were in, and you recognize it now, and it now is the enemy. And we've talked about the dynamic of, Ken, you tending to press a bit these days to try to get some response from Angela. And all it really does, Angela, is aggravate you for a bit and kind of makes you withdraw and shut down. So that's where we are. Agreed? Yeah. Well, I think now we're ready to address another phase of our discussions, and that has to do with what I call the R or ARE approach to these problems. Let me explain that to you just a little bit. ARE stands, an acronym. It stands for A, accessibility. Are you emotionally accessible to one another? R, are you emotionally responsive to one another? And E, are you emotionally engaged with one another? So what I'd like to do this hour is spend some time just talking. Nothing's going to be resolved today, or perhaps it will. But I'd like to kind of get your reaction. So, Kenneth, when you try to engage Angela in some sort of an emotional dialogue, well, what happens?
Very little response. Generally, it's functional